Hostile ahead. What's the place,
Have you considered that submitting ourselves voluntarily is proof enough?
It's a pro!
Fortificator at ready status. A backward scan. Apologies, but no time is going back. Locking them down.
I'm armed and ready. Craft's back in business.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Marisol, been thinking. You've been on your own for a great while, trusting no one, always on the move. Don't you get lonely?
Of course, it comes with the trade.
Look alive, Commander.
As I was saying, of course, it comes with the trade. And with being a coldly calculating killing machine. I'm assuming you're asking because you too have feelings of isolation.
I'm lonely because I had no other option. You chose this.
True, but with good reason. To be alone is to be efficient and free of any conflicts of interest. Why would I willingly choose to tie one hand behind my back?
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how.
Looks like
Hostile in proximity. Target analyzed. Let down guard.
Seeking cover!
Standing by to stupefy. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
I repudiate. Hasten to cover. Each other.
Fortification in progress. Taking the fight out of them.
Well in this area. On prison. Special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment. Help you?
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Yeah.
Dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Yeah.
Come in. Come right
requires it. That's why refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases stretchability.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lake of particularity to abrade your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors, you'll be a
Productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say,
goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
This is new. A mild euphoric. Light hallucinogenic properties. Not entirely unpleasant, but
Others are not.
kid stuff.
Greetings, subject. Or should I say, refreshed to be.
Prudence dictates.
We're
we
refreshed,
cherish all we
so
have,
refreshed,
and defend
mentally,
it.
confess, so refreshed.
Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
This is all a mite strange, but perhaps we should play along.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment. Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal.
Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Placid Waters Wellnetarium is the primary mental refreshment facility on Praetor. We are tasked with ensuring local subjects are serene, untroubled, and operating at peak efficacy.
That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Right as rain, neighbor. Right as rain. And soon you'll be just like me.
And refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented.
Greetings, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnetarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal Protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually. Each a vital cog. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead. Incorrect. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief?
Efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires
Acceptable. Obsequious denial detected. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you? Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total, 200 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed one floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
We're refreshed, so refreshed, mentally, refreshed, so refreshed.
Here on Prater is uniquely special. It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor.
I do believe that's the first test I've ever failed.
New person. You have a look of query about it. I have answers to questions and no questions to answer. Hello. My name is Abigail, and I am realigned with the paradigm.
You are the raw material for perfection.
Head Refresher Gould says his recorded lectures are key to thinking approved thoughts. He tells us what to think and what thoughts are unsanctioned. It's also very helpful. That, a restorative cocktail of pharmaceuticals, and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity device can abrade all imperfections. Only internally, I'm afraid. You should speak to Refreshment Facilitator Tilden in the lecture hall. Why, it's right outside Head Refresher Gould's office. He'll schedule you an appointment. Just follow the signs to the lecture hall. Pondering begets disharmony. To deliberate is to court ruin. Notions are a gateway to mayhem, bedlam, turmoil, and vexation. Thinking never made anybody happy. I once possessed a failing of character where I would voice simple statements in a way that sounded like a question. Drat! There. Did it again. Anyhow, I was reported for it? It is the duty of all Protectorate subjects to regularly converse with our neighbors, so we may determine if their zeal has wavered. I am newly full of zeal, free of imperfect thoughts. My mind is a thing of symmetry. My phrenometric peaks are all abraded.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities
I only experience approved emotions. Doubt and worry are notably unsanctioned. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts, after all. Refreshment is inevitable. You can't fight contentment.
You can't fight contentment.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Oh, hello. Oh, you're new. Must be. you still retain that look of inquiry and deliberation. I'm Wayland. No, I'm newly full of zeal. That is, I hope the process took this time. They say my phrenometric peaks are resistant to abradement, but still, they try.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process.
I just blinked several times, didn't I? What did that signify? I couldn't leave. Not yet. Haven't completed my regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say.
Prudence dictates
May you realign with the paradigm.
Individualism in all its many forms.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever. It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
Stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so
until the lecture's over.
Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need mental repair?
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today? Response, zeal, noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share your promising self-diagnosis. I am responsible for providing each subject with their recommended daily dosage of reprioritrin. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response. Medicaments are stored in medicament storage, the office in which this unit presently operates. Yet, it is strictly off-limits to all non-refreshment facilitator personnel. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more.
Oh, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject reader ought to have attended to that by now.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles
I was once a victim of imperfect thoughts. Oh, I had so many questions. But my questioning days are long gone. Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery. But worry not. Soon enough, with our help and a little work, you'll never question again. Questions are an unmistakable sign of worry, disquietment, and worst yet, rumination. Once the mind is a thing of symmetry, vexatious agitatements simply waft away. As every loyal and dutiful Protectorate subject knows, Thinking is best left to our betters. You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly. I see you found the lecture as edifying as all the others here. Good, good. Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of the prescribed curative regimen. Head Refresher Gold provides us with daily lectures in audio cartridge form to steer group thinking. As they say, to think together is to together thrive. Upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course. Though that area is off limits to all subjects not a part of facility staff or security. How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants access to all mid-privilege priority areas. You'll feel ever so much better once your phrenometric peaks have been abraded.
Like stealing compost from a breadworm. Almost feel a little bad about it.
So this process removes all curiosity, then. Guess that's one way to keep people from questioning.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. Preserve set progress. Sustain the system.
Apologies, but an automechanical's work is never concluded.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented. Others are not.
Don't forget, your unthinking compliance lets the paradigm run with flawless efficiency. Unthinking is essential. Unthink today. Unthink tomorrow. Unthink forever.
All charged up. Let's get you healed. Someone happy to help. Discreetly.
Disruptive influences
Gun weapon
confirmed.
ready, Commander. Mitigating the threat. They're benumbed.
Electrical dampeners failing.
Stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative regime. Think only prescribed thoughts, and no bliss and peace.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
Hey now.
Let me handle
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so solid?
ready if you need a house call.
Invasive!
Go for fortification. Come back and scan.
I'd do it for you. Back in business.
Demonstrating requisite mettle.
Personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Prudence dictates we rub all disruptive influences.
Remember, collective cognitive compliance is a key part of our present society. When we comply together, we thrive together.
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. Surely nothing to question. I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. Wait. Ha! You're not a protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
Laughing Boy here must be our lead scientist. That gas ought to make him a mite more tractable.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. My, can't believe I'm falling for that, as it may be the most unconvincing display of fealty I've ever seen. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. I believe in the strength of our ideals. I'm quite certain I'll win you over. What's more, our colloquy promises to be vastly more diverting than my usual day-to-day blather. But if I'm wrong, what would Auntie's choice or the Order or my word, you're not a scrapper? Well, none of them will know what to do with our advanced know-how. There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation? What say you of them?
That's very kind of you, dear.
They're obsessed with tomorrow. Why even worry about the future anyway? The paradigm maps out our path, so we don't need to be concerned about what comes next. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists?
It's true. Need a rival vendor dealt with? We'll repossess their wares. Need a township seized? We'll pay the guarding forces to lay down arms. If that don't work, we got firepower.
Yes, I've seen the craters left in their wake. They're quite capable as far as looting and destruction go. I'm not sure I perceive the merit in that, though. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. Not word for word, no. I do take certain liberties with the Sovereign's Handbook, a beacon to the cosmos, to inhabit the spirit of the work and give it a dramatic, scientific air. I understand you meant that as an insult, but I refuse to be baited by those either jealous or ignorant of our ways. Oh, are we to debate the nature of self now? Of identity? Let's stay on topic. I admit I've never submitted myself to the lathe of particularity, but I'm sure it would be like a light, pleasant misting of the mind. I am certain I would return unchanged. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? You don't think I'd send thousands through the process if I wasn't absolutely confident of it being unharmful. The results speak for themselves, literally. Our subjects have never been more content. They say so repeatedly. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched, and I'm not sure you're completely aware of which of us I'm referring to. I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellectual prowess, though ultimately I'm not wholly surprised. Suppose that leaves one last thing.
Guard, we have an intruder.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Torpification in progress. Locking them down. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Than ever.
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive.
Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions.
Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
Mental refreshment is so important. The console provides the system abides. Process more refreshing than ever.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Console provides, the system abides.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system.
That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Aggressors in range.
Commence!
Arms ready.
We reject individualism in all its many forms.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Prater is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive devisor responsible.
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities.
Envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible ruler, the Sovereign Henry Aloysius Varick, son of the first Sovereign, Reuben Varick. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today. We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from Head Refresher Gould himself. Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably upset, launched into hysteric fits of paranoid ranting. Absurd nonsense about how the consul had betrayed him and seized power. For his own good, he had to be gently but firmly restrained. That all stopped after his next dip into the lathe, thank law. He's remained quite peaceful since. I'm certain he'll be back to his old self in no time.
That's why we are all happy and contented.
Preposterous. The consul and all the vigilant are above reproach. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm, or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We all will.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive devisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Yes, see that you do.